Always want to follow us on Twitter at Offshore Insider. No S at the end because of character limitations. We're 17-9. Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Going back to the preseason, including plus 160 last week on Indianapolis. And Thursday night, we hit with a Thursday night total of the year on the Jacksonville game to go under the total. 10 NFL up for Sunday, plus the Monday night football. From your grandmaster, me, Joe Duffy of offshoreinsiders.com. Let's get to some NFL picks for Sunday. Start out with Pittsburgh and San Francisco. And, of course, no better place to bet it than mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y. Pittsburgh is 0-2 straight up, and they're off a loss as a favorite. But that sets up a very early season overreaction angle. Remember, overreaction is very big in the NFL, even more than other sports, really all sports. You would see it. We're very excited for the NBA to start in about a month. But you're going to see some overreaction there. You see plenty of overreaction in the NFL. And the fact the Steelers are 0-2 and off a loss of favorite sets up a nice overreaction angle that favors betting on them. On the other hand, undefeated versus winless angle says go with the undefeated Niners at 57-38-3. But got to flat out tell you that's been slumping since October the 13th of 2013. That system's only 5-10. And frankly, this is not a premium play. Although, we could, by the time the game starts, we have some other information that comes in, especially with sides. But anyway, now, of course, the big story here, Mason Rudolph getting his first NFL start. And the line is about a 6-point swing. Ben Roethlisberger has not been very good this year. Mason Rudolph could really, if anything, give a nice jump start to Pittsburgh. 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa is slowed down by ankle injury, but he should play. Niners Jimmy Garoppolo, remember, there's still some more question marks about him. He's been sensational when he's healthy, but the truth is, entered the year, I think he's like 28 years old. He didn't really have that many games under his belt, but again, he just continues to play well when he's healthy. Steelers did get a nice lift on defense. They traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Finns. He's expected to start. Niners with the second largest margin of cover so far in the first two games, covering by an average of 20 points per game. Teams that cover by an average of at least 18.5 or more points per game are a go against of 70, 51-4 for 57.9%. No surprise there. Again, the NFL, a big regression to the mean sport. Pittsburgh, second worst at minus 15.2 points per game. Road teams with minus 12 or worse ATS margin, a good play, 113-78. That favors the Steelers. San Francisco, 113-2 is home favorites. I'm not a big trends guy still, though. That's a pretty impressive trend. Pittsburgh, plus the 6.5 is your first free winner. And again, if you use the promo code Duffy at mybookie.ag, you'll get up to a 100% sign-up bonus. It also is your way of telling MyBookie, if you use the promo code Duffy, or if you go to offshoreinsiders.com or joeduffy.net and click on the appropriate links, it's your way of telling MyBookie, keep sponsoring these incredible podcasts that go back to the Score Phone days. Saints and the Seahawks. Teddy Bridgewater, of course, the big story here. He gets a start from the Saints. Although, we do expect a pretty lot of Taysom Hill. It's pretty obvious that Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill, and I expect to see a lot of him. But Teddy Bridgewater, I think, is the best backup quarterback in the league, and right now I think he's at least top 15 quarterback, top 20 at the worst. It's not a huge drop-off, except Bridgewater, what I love about him, he's very efficient. So he's not really built for this offense, so it's a completely different style of quarterback. I think Bridgewater is more, he's good on more like the bubble screens and hitting guys in stride, with 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, and certainly can't throw downfield the way Drew Brees can. Road teams that are off a road loss versus an opponent also off a road game under the specific circumstance that apply today. Very impressive, 86-25. Anti-splits angle that says go with a road team that is a much worse road winning percentage than the home team's home winning percentage is 209, 164-6. But you're like, Joe Duffy of offshoreinsiders.com. It's only week 3. Again, early NFL is about overreaction. Yes, I look it up. It actually applies at a higher winning percentage in week 3. Saints have gone under 7-1 on the road. By the way, that angle I just told you about, my God, that's going to make the two of us so much money together this NBA season. That angle is fantastic. fantastic in the NBA, especially when combined with some other stuff. Seattle, the third strongest public consensus in terms of percentage of bets. And those people who believe in contrarian plays, that would make the Saints a very good contrarian bet. And we're going to go with that. New Orleans plus the 4 is your free pick. The Rams and the color of crap, Rams of the Browns, fading non-elite primetime underdogs or small favorites, 115, 74, and 13. That would favor the Rams. However, fading the Super Bowl loser over the first 4 weeks of the season, little hangover theory, 48 and 25, yet 0-2 this year, of course. You know, really one of the biggest questions, the Rams, Todd Gurley, has he really gone to the rest of the pack? Gurley's a great running back and can catch the ball out of the backfield, but he has not looked good since about midway through last year. He's looked like just a decent running back. Now, one of the more surprising angles that I give you, but when you think about it, maybe it shouldn't be as shocking. Look, teams off a Monday Night Football blowout win are 46 and 15 under the specific circumstance that applied today. So that would favor the Browns. Now, usually the public grossly overreacts to high-profile games, so if a team looks good on a Monday night game, you figure, well, they're going to be overvalued. If a team looks bad, they'll be undervalued. So that's why I'm very surprised at that angle. And quite frankly, when I looked it up, like to use the scientific method. I have a theory based on all my 30-something years of being in the business and betting, and I test it. But if the facts surprise me, I'm always going to go with the facts. But on the other hand, remember, the public also used to love, when I first became a professional handicapper and would listen, I was like a sponge listening to what old-timers would say. People used to love to bet against teams on a short week, so then again, maybe that angle does make a little bit of sense. Still a little bit surprised, but the facts say teams off a Monday Night Football blowout win are a very good play. Rams the biggest consensus by far in terms of percentage of bets, and smaller margin, but they're also the biggest percentage play in terms of money. So again, the contrarians would say to bet the Browns, and I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to go with Cleveland. So again, your free picks in the NFL for Week 3, it's Pittsburgh, New Orleans, and Cleveland. And remember, offshoreinsiders.com is the place for you to go for winning picks and vetted sportsbooks.